Welcome to the Diary of a Beautician. This is your host, Sha. Tune into my podcast from the health and beauty industry via my website. I'll be discussing various topics, stories, news, educational, historical, and personal content. For business inquiries and bookings, please head over to www.shashalondon.co.uk. You can follow me on social networks as Instagram at ShaShalondon84, Facebook, ShaShalondon, Twitter, ShaShalondon. If you have any questions, do feel free to send your questions to me via social media, or you can email me at shashalondoninfo@gmail.com. So welcome back. Thank you for everyone that's been tuning in to my podcast. I hope you've been finding it very informative and educational, and enjoying my personal content. Welcome to everyone who's joining me for the first time. I really hope you enjoy my work and you'll be tuning in for further podcasts that I will be airing soon. So the topic of conversation today, I think, is just something that really has just hit me over the last couple of weeks. And it's really to do with people's well-being. Okay. I've seen, due to the pandemic, COVID-19, or known as coronavirus, that's hit across the world. And we've seen many people, we've heard many people, lives have been lost to this, serious virus. And it's literally caused a mass fear across the world. And as I said, people's well-being is being affected by the things that they're hearing, the things that they're seeing, and the things that they're experiencing right now. And I just want people to just take a moment to stand still and really think about what they're about to face, what they're about to embark, and how to take care of themselves through this pandemic virus. Okay, so you've seen a lot of things on social media, I'm sure, on the TV, heard on the radio, even in the newspapers, right? About the coronavirus, the COVID-19, this, that. You've seen it, you've heard it. And with all this information, it's become overwhelming, even for me. Absolutely. I'm going to put my hand on my heart and say that it has become overwhelming. Seeing all this information, hearing all this information from so many different sources. Majority of it is not quite true. For some of it, it is true. And it's really hard to find where the truth lies in all this information. And I tend to go straight to the source. So yeah, you go straight to the source, right? Which is through your government. Here in the UK, we will go to www.gov.uk. On that website, it will have all the information about COVID-19. If you go through other sources, like your social media pages, for your friends or family, or even strangers, you will see so much information. And again, it's really hard to believe what has been said, what's been, written. It's just really hard to believe, or you believe it and you go ahead with what that information has been stated on that particular post a friend or family or strangers posted. Again, in the newspapers, again on your radio, again on your TV, again through word of mouth. It's just so much information. And as I said, the best way of isolating that information, as I said, is going to your governmental websites and then getting the information from the government, who will then in turn tell you what you need to do and how to carry out taking care of yourself throughout this pandemic. And as I said, what I've seen that's happened in the last 3 weeks is this fear throughout my community. You can see this fear on people's faces. And then again, when you look online on social media, you can see the fear on people's faces. And then through conversations with friends, or you're just listening, overhearing people's conversation, the consensus is this virus, this thing that's destroying people's lives, and people are scared, like literally are scared. And then, you know, going out to your day-to-day, you know, works, or going to do your shopping and things like that. I've gone into the supermarkets and seen shelves wiped with food, and, you know, people just overbuying and overspending, and people becoming very fearful. It's just creating this mass. You know, this is not just here in the UK. I'm seeing this and hearing this. You know, I know globally, around the world, we have the same crisis, okay? This virus, this illness, this disease that is killing people. And as I said, this thing has happened and we can't change it. But what I want people to do is to take care of themselves first, take care of their well-being, and to take these steps in order to treat their well-being, okay? So when I'm talking about well-being, I'm talking about you, the individual, your mind, your physical state. What are you doing to protect yourself from this fear, the stress, the anxiety, the worries, the doubt that is creating more havoc on your body? And that's not what, you know, that's not going to help you through this pandemic. You're probably thinking, what's that got to do with the pandemic we've got going on around the world? We need to be alert, we need to be alarmed. No, I'm going to disagree. Alarming yourself and becoming incredibly stressed and anxious doesn't help the situation. What you need is to have a clear mind and your body not to be stressed, okay? You need to be able to make wise decisions throughout this time that we are all experiencing right now. And to be erratic and crazy and stressed and, you know, doing things that you normally wouldn't do is not okay. It's just not okay. So I'm going to start with the mind, okay? When we constantly feeding ourselves with so much negative things, or seeing so much things that could hurt ourselves, our mind, it's not good, okay? So like I'm saying, if you're seeing images that are really traumatizing or traumatic, or hearing things that are trauma, there's been a traumatic event or something, it does something to the mind, okay? It can make you feel, as I said, make you feel fearful, scared, and all the above. So how to deal with that with your mind? When you see all these things on social media, switch it off. That's it. Just simple. That simple. Just switch it off. The information that you need to know will be shared, as I said, through the governmental websites. So go there to get the information you need. But to constantly, daily, reading all these information online, hearing it on the radio, see it in the newspapers, see it on your WhatsApp messages from friends and family or strangers, whoever it is, all of that could do something to your mental state, okay? Which is, it will deteriorate your mind. It will put you in a state of mind of, oh my God, we're all going to die. And that's not what you need to do to yourself. That you don't want to do to your children, your loved ones. You don't want to do that, because that changes you as a person. And you now go into survival mode. You want to be living. You are living, but to be going into survival mode, is not really good, because it changes you, and not for good. Okay, so trying to feed your mind with positive information. Okay, so I'm not saying to just, okay, it's not happening, disregard what's happening right now. No, what I'm saying is, with all that you're seeing, all that you're hearing, you don't need to see and hear it all. Okay, you just need to know what's happening. Stay informed with the current information from the official governmental websites, and everything else just leave alone. Okay, just leave alone, because there are going to be so many different renditions and so many different types of information, and the mind cannot comprehend all of it at one go. So instead of taking it all in, just taking the one from the source. Okay, yes, we would like a daily update from the government to keep us, informed of what's going on a daily event. But right now, what we've got is what we've got. And as I said, the best thing you could do is just take that information from the governmental website, then from how many different sources. Because it does something to your mind. It really does. It plays on your mind, and it can create that anxiety and stress in your head. So take on that one information as opposed to the 10 information, and feed your mind with positivity. So you're thinking, what type of positive thing can we be thinking about right now? Well, you need to, in order to live. Okay? Read a book. Read that book that you've been putting off for a long time. Okay? Read that book. Take up that hobby that you said you wanted to do. Take it up. Draw those plans for, a loft conversion or extension, or build something that you've always wanted to build, or create something that you wanted to create as as an inventor. Draw that painting that you've been longing to draw. Take up that exercise or that sports that you've been longing to do. Find the time to fill your mind with positive things, okay? Because what I'm seeing is a hysteria. And this hysteria is taking place in people's minds, which is the fear. So find something positive to feed your mind with, okay? Doing some of the things that I've mentioned, or something else that you have in mind. Find the positiveness in the midst of this fear, this virus, this pandemic. Find the positiveness in it. Spend time with the family, because most people at the moment are isolated. Spend time with your family. Get to know one another again. Rediscover one another again. Build relationships. Forge relationships. Find time to find yourself in the midst of isolation. And as I said, pour the positive moments, pour in positive things into your mind to help alleviate the stress, the fear, the anxiety, the hysteria in your mind. Okay? It's difficult. I totally understand, because this thing has changed the way the world is operating right now. And people are changing in this process. But what I'm suggesting, what I'm advising is to take care of yourself first, to help alleviate yourself from some of these stresses and some of the traumas that are taking place right now, by feeding the mind with positive things, okay? And work to do this. Make this a daily event, okay? Take up a diary, start writing your thoughts, writing your emotions. Get personal if you need to. Talk to someone, talk to people. Talking is a great way to express and really truly share your intent. We have some great counselors and psychologists out here in the UK and across the world. Talk to someone, or even if you feel comfortable talking to someone that's close to you, and they don't mind you talking to them, then have that conversation. Find the positiveness in this trauma, in this pandemic. And let's go into the aspect of your body now. So now we've discussed the mind. Let's discuss the body. Okay? So taking care of the body first. Spending time working out daily. Yes, daily. The body enjoys. Let me explain something. Your body enjoys exercise. Whether you may not be an exercise person, your body thrives of moving and doing different types of exercise, whether it's just walking, whether it's running, whether it's jogging, whether it's aerobic, whether it's dancing, whatever it may be. Enjoy the physicalness of your body working out, because it needs it. Your body needs the exercise, your body needs the workout, and it helps to stimulate the body into a healthy state. Okay? Your body loves the aspect of that, because you feel better after you do a workout, after you do that type of exercise for the day. Your body just feels good. Okay? It feels healthier. It feels more flexible. It feels more relaxed. And that will help release the stress and the tension. And that will put your body in a healthy state. Okay? Feeding your body with the right nutrients, the right fruits, the vegetables, the water, giving the body what it's required, not the things it doesn't need. Reduce the intake of all the artificial sugars, the processed food. Start cooking meals, spending time cooking meals. Give the body what it needs, not what you think you need to have, which is those cheeky sweets or chocolates and crisps and things like that. Feed the body with the right nutrients. Eat more darker leafy greens that has more vitamin C in it. Drink more warm tea than cold drinks. That will help neutralize the body and hydrate the body better. Okay? Start to discover your body. Start to treat the body with the things that are growing from the earth, the natural ingredients, and not so much of the processed foods, because we are in a world with so much processed food, and we don't eat as much natural food as we should do. So rediscover the natural foods, make them wholesome, cooked meals for you and your family or for yourself. Hydrate yourself, exercise. Again, what you're doing is you're taking care of your body. You are treating your body to what it needs. And doing this is just helping yourself. Also, when you exercise, you just feel your mind feels great, your body feels great. You just feel in a better place than you were when you weren't doing what you're doing. And no one is saying, and I'm not saying that you need to be, killing yourself out, running on the treadmill and pushing all those weights. No, that's not what I'm saying you should be doing. Treating your body as your temple, taking care of your body as your temple. Okay? And doing just what your body is required, what it needs. Okay? My recommendation through all of this, because as a beautician, I do many treatments on people. It requires me touching people for the treatments. So I've had to, I've sent out newsletters as I do monthly to my subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, you won't get this information. But I always inform them of, things that's happening in the month and how to take care of themselves and things like that. And I recommend for all of you, whoever's listening, to reduce your stress, reduce this fear, is to just take time out to just stand still and assess where you are right now. Okay, just assess the situation and start to think about what you can do and the things that you can't do, and not to be overwhelmed by all this information and all that's happening across the world. Just focus on yourself, what you can do today and what you can do tomorrow. Just work each day, go through each day as it comes. Okay? Yes, you can plan. Yes, you can, put in measures for yourself and your family. But don't overload yourself with stress. Don't become fearful of what's happening. Yes, there's not as much information, clear information, that we would all want to know. But what we do know is it's here. And what we can do is choose to continue to live, then be in survival mode. So my recommendation is this is what I do when I feel like I've just had an overload of information going on in my head for the day, is I just retreat to my room. Okay, I have a diffuser, put a little bit of essential oil in there with some water, allow that to just ferment in my room, and I lay down and I take some deep breaths. And I just relax my body and mind. I clear my mind, with all the thoughts and all the information and all the things that's happened and all the things I just clear it. Every breath I take, I push all these thoughts away so I can think more clearly and feel more relaxed and feel more, just feel calm, just feel at peace. And just lay there and just take those deep breaths. If you've listened to previous podcasts, I actually did a podcast on this called Breathe. And I went through the motions of how to breathe deeply. And just please go back to that. Please go back to the episode. Please listen to that. It's a very short one. It's not long, but listen to it. And try and do this exercise. Lay down. If you don't want to lay down, take a seat. Turn off the TV, radio. You can even add some music, something really subtle like nature sounds. There's loads of them on YouTube. You can buy them online. If you would like to play that, go ahead. And some of them are really, 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 really good. What I'm going to do is, with the next newsletter, I'm going to recommend some of the songs and sounds that I like to listen to, and I would like you guys to listen to as well to help. But that's my recommendation, okay? Just take time out to just assess, relax, and stay calm. Because when you're erratic, when your mind is everywhere, when you've got 100 things going on, you can't think clearly and you cannot make a clear decision and able to be wise in what you're about to do next. Okay? For some people, doing that doesn't relax them. Maybe a person who just likes to take a seat and watch a movie or watch a comedy or a series. For others, maybe just setting a bath and dropping some essential oils in there and relaxing. But just find time to take care of yourself in this moment, in this pandemic. And don't overwhelm yourself with all the trials and tribulations that's going on in this world. This world will always have something going on, but you need to be clear. You need to be well. Your mind needs to be well. Your body needs to be well in order to live on, not to just only survive. Okay? So stop tuning into information from all different sources. Stop overbuying foods and goods. Think about other people who can't get those things because you've overbought these things. Be mindful. Be mindful of others at this time, especially the vulnerable in our society. Okay, those who rely on food banks, things like that. Think of all the disabled people. Be mindful of people. Protect your mind. Protect your body. Because no one else will. Okay? So I hope this information helps you, helps somebody. Again, if you have any concerns, please contact your GP via telephone, or you can call 111, or you can call the emergency service if you feel it's an emergency. Remember the steps: washing hands regularly. Okay? If you're unable to wash your hands, have your hand sanitizer to hand to use. But the best course is to wash your hands with soap and water. If you're out all day, make sure you're bathing, washing, showering from head to toe. Stay hydrated, stay well mentally, and stay well in your physical state. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I will speak with you guys next week. Have a great week, folks. Take care.